Hey everybody, let's take a look at the 17th floor of the Kinki no Goku, aka the Forbidden Abyss. Let's look at the individual stuff for the stage. So, again, the direct damage is still up, along with the elemental effectiveness being super increased. But the most important thing about this stage is that there are no hearts, no weak points, and no bump combos. So make sure when you're picking your team, well, I'm sure you're looking at game with or something else like that anyway, but don't look at their bump combos because they will not be active here. In addition, there are bounce obstructors, and you're going to want either mines or blocks, preferably both. Probably both. It is already difficult enough as it is to begin with. And last but not least, this is a power up wall stage, so you're going to have to utilize them properly. So, hello again. Let's take a look at this stage. So the party I have here is we got Lucius. I forget which form that is. In the second form, we've got Bedivere in his Ascension form, Kuchulain in the Transcended form, and Fusehime, one of the newer characters who is tooled for the stage very well. Now, you want to make sure to always pay attention to those numbers on the bottom right of the Puyos, because those do about 60k damage worth. Very, very hurtful. Also, Rindo on the top right, he'll show up a bunch of times. Not only does he have that poison wave attack, he does a healing move, which is very annoying. And also, of course, his middle attack does about 50k damage, which is also pretty darn damaging. So he is a very annoying monster that you want to make sure you take out as soon as possible. Now, the other important thing about this stage is the mirror. You see on the top left of this stage, the mirror will always have an HP link to the mini-boss, or the final boss, which is going to be Penglai, or Horai. You need to make sure that you pay attention to that, because at least when you hit it, it'll help you speed up. You may have noticed that all the other monsters on this stage go into a counter mode. Now, when they go into a counter mode, basically when you hit them, they will go transparent. Which means you basically only get one shot to hit those monsters. So the only exception to that rule is, like I said, the mirror. So you're going to be able to do as much damage to them as you can. Now, by the very nature of the power balls, you need to make sure you hit them all in succession to make sure you get the highest multiplier. If you hit anything along the way, it resets your power up wall multiplier. It's a very annoying gimmick, but something you really do have to get used to. Now, I had a note on the first slide that almost all monsters require 2 power up wall hits before they can take out a Puyo in one shot. Fusehime, on the other hand, she is strong enough where you do not need to hit it twice. You only need to hit it once. And in fact, if you have enough Ableberry boosts, you could actually do it without any boosts or power up wall boosts. So do keep that in mind if you see Fusehime in your friends list and you do utilize her. Making sure you take advantage of the innate bonus that she has is going to be key. Like we see right here that Fusehime actually has a sword power up already, which means we could actually ignore the power up walls and just go directly for those 2 Puyos, right? Knowing that when you make your moves is going to be super important, because you don't want to waste anything, right? You can see right here, we're just going directly for them. Dead. No power up walls, right? Very important to keep that in mind. Having to make awkward angles to hit all the power up walls is why this stage is so difficult. And for stage 3 at the very least, you could potentially just miss your gauge, assuming it has, the null block only, right? Like I think Fusehime has both flight and the null block on her gauge, so you don't want to miss a gauge for her. The mine's hurt. But if it's only null block, you may consider missing it so that you can bounce off those blocks and then actually do more damage hitting all the power up walls, stuff like that. Let's see. I know I skipped something on the previous slide, but oh yeah, the Bahamut X that you saw on the stage, his top attack is a very long attack. It's not a death level attack, but it does reduce your max HP So it's something you want to make sure you try and avoid. Take him out before that starts happening, because there's a lot of damage associated with this quest, and losing your max HP is not ideal for sure. Now you may have noticed I'm not adding much, but because the thing you need to do for this stage is pretty much the same across the entire quest. You need to take out the Puyos before they hit 0. Again, they do a lot of damage. Take out the Bahamut before that top attack starts whittling out your max HP. Take out the Lindo before he messes with you with the poison, heals the mini-boss. Not good. But you can take a look at Penglai Horai's attack pattern here. Of course, that poison mist on the bottom right, it doesn't do much, but as you can see, she shoots out many nodules of those poison mists. So if it does end up hitting a monster that you have multiples of, it can add up pretty quickly. So do take care about that attack. She does also have the reduced max HP on the top right. So if you have her and the Bahamut start chaining that up, it can make your life really, really miserable that way. She also has some powerful homing attacks, but the most important thing is that counter mode that's associated with her turning into transparent mode. You only get one shot at her, right? So once you do that, you may want to consider hitting her first, so that she goes transparent, so then you can get all those power up walls, only to end up hitting the mirror, because the mirror is going to be the only thing that's always there as your target. Kuchulain here, she's a little bit unique because she doesn't have any no block, so trying to take advantage of the situation. Multiple mines, power up wall, power up wall. You're actually going to want to hit Penglai directly. Nothing new here for stage 5. It's the same exact thing. Again, take out the Puyos before they hit 0. Take out the Bahamut as soon as you can, so then you don't have to worry about 2 monsters whittling out your max HP. And then consider hitting Penglai first. She's in a very blocking position, right? She's in the middle of the stage, so it almost makes it impossible to hit all 3 power-up walls if she's still there in her base form, right? So making sure you turn them transparent if you can find a path to that mirror to make sure you do maximum damage. Hitting all 3 power-up walls, not an easy task in this stage, right? This one I had to do it too. Making sure you keep your eye on the death blast, right? The Puyo on the right. It only has 2 more turns before it starts, doing a big explosion. Not really sure if you can always handle that. 60k is a good amount of HP. And unfortunately, Kuchulain is the best monster I had in my box for this stage, so not having that no block it hurts a lot. Of course, if you can manage to hit at least 2 power-up walls with maximum mines, you're going to be able to do a good amount of damage, but she's going to be the first monster I try and replace once I can get a better one for the stage, right? So a little bit unfortunate, and also is the reason why this stage took me so long to clear. It's also the reason why I didn't want to do it in the first place, I think, in the last attempt, because I think floor 17 was the one that both Naopiro and Shiro took a long time to clear when it first came out. So yeah, and its power-up walls, probably one of my most hated gimmicks, so definitely tried to avoid it. Unfortunately, I don't know, I probably could have gotten more damage out of Kuchulain if I went left bottom block and then hit Penglai that way, but at least this way I was able to get the sword for Fusehime, which makes her that much more powerful in clearing out the Puyos. So I guess all said and done, it ended up being good. Here are the boss attacks. We've got a poison mist on the top left, we've got reducing your max HP on the top right, and that bottom right number is probably death. Surprisingly, game width did not have a value for that, but I'm almost certain it's going to be death. But anyways, boss 1, again, you're going to want to make sure you pay attention to those Puyos. Make sure they don't end up exploding on you. Keep in mind that the death counters are a little bit lower in the boss stages, so make sure you pay attention to them when the stage starts. In addition, we've got Rindo on the bottom left. Again, remember, if you leave him around, he will poison you and start healing up Penglai. Not good. You want to make sure to take him out as soon as possible, because while the death counter on the bottom right is a high number, losing all your progress, you know, especially in this stage, you know, with how difficult it is to make sure you get all 3 power up ball touches and you know, unleashing as much damage as you can, losing that progress hurts. Yeah, look at that, already gone. So hopefully we've got Kuchulain here and want to hit all 3 walls, but unfortunately ended up on the wrong side of those blocks. So a complete wasted turn. You know, even if she had blocks, right? I didn't have that hit that 3rd power up wall. It would have been good enough. So I got a little bit scared here, and I think I ended up strike shotting to make sure I took out Rindo, which probably wasn't the right move. I think I probably could have hit all 3 walls and done some good damage to Penglai, but at least Fusehime's strike shot is a low cooldown, so you know, good enough. And I think Fusehime, the other good thing about Fusehime is that it cancels out the effects of you know, counter mode, anger, stuff like that, which actually means you're gonna permanently make them visible for that turn. So that's why I was able to do so much damage to that Rindo, because you know, I canceled out his counter mode effect of making him transparent. Just wail on him. Now, once you clear out all the minions, it will put Penglai into an anger mode, and it calls down a Bahamut and a mirror. Now, this makes this stage a lot more difficult because now Penglai is completely in the way of all 3 power balls. I am not sure what I was trying to do there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe healing, but Penglai is in the way, so you gotta hit her basically, hit all 3 power balls, and then hopefully hit the mirror. The mirror is gonna be your goal for all the damage, because Penglai is just not in a ideal position to do even 2 power up wall hits. Now, here is Penglai's modified attacks when she goes into the anger mode. The poison mist is still there on the top left. The reduced max HP attack is on the top right, and we've got some homing attacks now on the bottom right, and now the death attack is on the left, bottom left of her. Now, as you can see, it is only about 80k. Keep in mind, you do have to account for her anger state, right? Like if she has the anime anger symbol on top of her, she will do a little bit, you know, a more percentage damage than what's shown here. So keep that in mind. But as you can see, it's a little bit scary. She, again, like, she is not in the ideal position, and trying to find the right angle to hit her, and then 3 power balls, and then the shield, but not the drone. It's a hard task. Luckily Bedivere here, he's in a great position. I'm using my strike shot because, you know, I'm not sure if it's enough, and luckily I was able to hit her, make her transparent, go back down to hit power ball, power up wall, power ball again, and then hit the shield. 15 million damage it looks like out of that, but without that it would have been game over, right? So on the one hand, while it looks like it might be, oh my god, I'm screwed, you also have the chance of it's enough, you know, in just one good shot. Boss 2, the important thing to keep in mind here is that Puyo in the middle has a death counter of 3 turns, or explosion counter of 3 turns. So if you don't take him out real quick, you're going to lose a lot of HP quick. And having 2 Bahamut X's on the sides is not fun. So you're going to want to try to take them out as soon as possible. Of course, like I said on the previous slide, trying to make sure you do enough damage to Penglai before she goes into that anger mode is really important. As you can see, we've already taken out halfway of her HP. And since there is no Rindo showing up on the stage, you don't have to worry about it being healed back up. So that's always a good thing. But, you know, my goal here is to try and take out the Bahamut's, so then we've got that angered mode, and then we can start cleaning up after that. But, right, so we got the rightmost Bahamut out. And I do think I ended up hitting Penglai instead, so then I was able to clear her out before having to deal with the cooldowns. So then, yeah, I missed the Bahamut and instead hit Penglai, which actually works out great. But for full disclosure, if you end up angering Penglai, there will be another set of Puyos and mirrors on the walls that were under those two Bahamut X's on the two bottom corners. So then you just do more damage that way to try and take Penglai out. Now here's the final boss. Again, since we have Fusehime, we only need one power-up wall hit to make sure we hit everything, and I think I got lucky and got 2 hits on the bottom, because you can see that top Puyo has just a sliver of HP left, which means I can actually just hit it directly, not having to worry about power-up walls. And that's great, right? Like, if you know you can do that, don't bother with awkward angles. Just go directly for him, take him out, and then hopefully you get some more bounces to take other monsters out, right? Now again, I might have wanted to focus on damaging Penglai a little more. That was probably a little too quick to take out that Bahamut X on the bottom right, because now we've got to deal with this Rindo. Of course, you can also think, alright, if you don't know you can take out Rindo real quick, he's going to heal it up, and all the damage you did to Penglai to begin with are all gone. So, double-edged sword. I was hoping to get 3 power-up wall boosts here, but looks like I just ran out of speed, or just was not the right angle, so Kuchulain, another wasted turn. Rough. Fusehime, I'm not sure why I strike shotted here. This was probably not the right decision, just because there's an awkward angle. There's no way I would be getting 3 hits on the power-up wall, nor am I going to do enough concentrated damage so I can take advantage of the fact that they're not transparent anymore. I think me panicking that I finally got to the boss made me use a incorrect decision, and so Rindo is now just healing back up. You know, Penglai, I've got 2 more turns before Rindo starts doing some bad stuff. Luckily I was able to take him out with Bedivere there. But now I need to do a lot of damage quick, right? That death counter on the bottom left is now 3. I have 4 mines and 2 power-up walls for Kuchulain, which is the best I think I can do. Making sure that I got in that wall on the top left is probably a pipe dream. So there's no way I would have gotten 3. So that's pretty good, I think. But Fusehime, she should have an angle to get all 3. If you go top first, right, you should be able to hit the wall on the right, bottom, then top, and do major damage. She also has the sword boost on her, so she's gonna be doing a boatload of damage. I think I'm trying to find if I'm pretty sure I did it correctly. Yeah. And so that'll do a boatload of damage. Ooh. And so we got from, oh my god, am I gonna do this, to, okay, this looks possible. We've got Lucius making his move, her move, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I made the wrong decision here. I should have gone down first, right? Like, that means I guarantee hitting Penglai first, then wall, 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 and then I should be able to hit the shield eventually. But instead, I ended up going wall, wall, nicking Penglai on the bottom right, losing all my damage bonuses, and causing me to die. Now, I'm sorry, but I spent so much time on the stage that I never even got this close. So, you know, I wasn't willing to do this over again. So, I used a Miracle Min, which I got from the previous floor, and ended up clearing with a Bedivere strike shot there. But I feel a little bit bad for myself because I almost certainly could have done it if I went down instead of that awkward diagonal shot. But, you know, this was the first time I got this close to the final boss. after many days of trying this stage, and you know, I had enough. So I used a miracle in there, but it was basically done. Maybe it's not good enough, but it was good enough for me. So as you saw, the reward for floor 17 of the Kinki no Goku is a Waku Waku stick. So probably worth it for a lot of people, but you know, this stage alone, without getting a better replacement for Kuchu, I don't think I want to do the Abyss beyond 15 anymore. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Look forward to floor 18, which should be coming soon. And until then, bye guys.